welcome back. We are finally live again after such a long time, and today we're going to be designing something incredibly awesome. And the reason I'm so excited about this stream is obviously because we're designing a complete marketing website. This is something we haven't done in a really, really long time, and this is going to be truly incredible. So let's just see what we're building today. Hold on, this seems to have hung up for some reason. I'll just fix it and let's get started. This is what we're designing today. This is our super incredible site, and it has a lot of really cool things that I'm super happy to talk about. The first is obviously this gorgeous hero section. It has a new style of using border radiuses, something that we haven't done in like ever on this channel, and something you don't get to see as often. And also the color palette here is truly incredible. All of the bright primary shades moved around a little bit to create this awesome color palette. Again, the images that we're using here, every font that we're using here is just so out of this world, so awesome in its own image, and I'm super duper happy to just get to talk about this with you guys. And this is now our complete website. Again, it has a features section. Every single place it has been featured in. It also has your section for the description and any other marketing sections on other features, other elements of a website that you'd want to introduce. It also has this section about subscribing to your newsletter, which is very important in most modern sites which have some or the other form of newsletter, personal community in any product whatsoever. And then at the end you have this here from our customer section, which is the testimonial section. And finally you have your footer section. Again, a very, very modern site, a very intriguing take on some of the sites that we've been building out as we've been doing these streams. This is going to be an incredible stream. If you don't yet have all of these images that we're using for this entire stream, make sure to go join the Discord group, link in the live chat, and we would be so happy to have you. And let's just start building out this incredible website. All right, the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new UI. So the way we do that is obviously number one, install Figma. If you don't yet have Figma installed, you're going to go to figma.com/downloads, and that's where we're getting Figma from. Make sure to download Figma as a desktop app for Windows or Mac OS. And once you have Figma installed, now we're finally going to get started with this UI. So the very first thing we're going to do, click on the plus button at the top to create a new design file. Alright, this takes a little while, but the end result is so worth it. The colors that we're using are also interesting takes, because the black at the background, even though this site seems to be a dark mode first site, the colors in the background aren't actually pure black or pure red, yellow, blue, green. In any case, the black is actually a lighter version of black. So if you notice on the outside, this is pure black 00000. This isn't pure black. This is actually 101010, which is an awesome take on black, and it sort of switches things around to introduce this color. All right, the next thing we're going to do is obviously create a new frame. So we're just going to go right here, click on F, or just at this button at the bottom, and then we're going to create a new frame. So we're just going to go down to the bottom and then click in the center, and that's going to create an entirely new frame for you. The next thing you want is to obviously be able to change the width and height of this frame. Go down to the right side and then change the width to 1280. And let's just bring this up to 700. It doesn't really matter at this point. The height will obviously be changed, because as you start scrolling your page, your height is obviously bound to increase. This is the UI that we're building out today, a super incredible take on something that we've already been doing for a really long time, and I am so happy to bring this to you guys. All right, the next thing we're going to do is, we've created a frame right now, nothing too complicated at all. The first thing we do is obviously create a frame, and the next thing we do is add a background color. The color that we're using today isn't pure black. This is a lighter version of black, as I just said, 101010. This is the shade of black that we're using. Alright, and now that we have the background color with us, let us now design our navigation bar, which is the first thing we need to do. Alright, so we'll just go to the background, click on a new frame and create this frame to take up the entire width. And once this does take up the entire width, once it is of 100 pixels height, this is the point where we're going to start adding all of these different elements. So the first thing we need to add is the name of the brand. Second thing we need to add is the links of navigation. And the third thing we need to add is the main button. So let's just get a fill in here first. Even though we don't need it, it would be nice to be able to see what we're building out and where we're positioning things inside of it. So for the first time, I'm just going to put in the brand name, which is brandrise.co. Very, very simple stuff. And the reason I've taken white here is because text in Figma automatically comes in the black color unless you change it, and it would be nice to see what elements we're building out and where they're at while we're building them out. So we have this brand name with us now. The next thing we need to have here is the font, which we don't have yet. The font that we're using for the entirety of this UI is Outfit. Very, very simple font, OUTFIT. This is a Google font which you can use for both personal and commercial purposes. Completely awesome stuff. Alright, so we have Outfit with us now. Now we're going to increase the font size. By the way, you guys, say hi in the chat. Just completely forgot to say hi in the chat. Make sure to say hi in the chat. If you guys have any questions related to UI UX design, do leave them here. Don't go without. And speaking of things that are going on, I want to bring this up. We've just started the 30 days design breakthrough challenge, with which we're doing 30 days of intensive UI design only videos across every single day. So every single day I'm posting a single video on the intensive and parts of UI design which are more advanced in my opinion, stuff I learned over the years, stuff you can learn within the length of 30 days. It is a completely awesome video series. We've put down 2 episodes up until now, and of course on Saturday, Sundays we have these live streams, so I can't put out 5 videos a day because I already put out 4, which are the live streams that you're just listening to. Speaking of the videos that we've already put out, did you guys check out the video we just did on the perfect UI to land your dream job? It was the simplest, prettiest, most beginner friendly thing you can do as a UI designer, and in my opinion it was the most prettiest, simplest thing I've ever made. Like, I will always be proud of it, even though it's just so simple. Mr. Addy, hello, welcome back. I'm so happy all are here again because we switched out the timings and a bunch of things happened, but finally everyone's here. Instead of changing tab many times, you can take a screenshot of that whole landing page and paste it on Figma. That is actually really, really smart. Let's get a screenshot. That is really smart. I miss you guys so much because a bunch of things happened. I inevitably put myself in a state of burnout. I was live streaming twice a day, which was hard enough as it is. And then anyways, it's so nice to have all of you guys here again. By the way, did you guys check out the video I just did yesterday? It was on the 3 UI design principles that you cannot miss. It had a couple of really nice things. It had a couple of really nice topics that I would love to talk about, but I'm going to get sidetracked. All right. So this is the UI that we're building out. Let me just crop this out. Otherwise, it's going to be a weird couple of moments scrolling it around. I probably should have done that. I mean, I've been live streaming for a really long time now, and this never ever occurred to me. Never did it ever occur to me. Anyways, so the very first thing we need to take care of is obviously the name. Obviously, Mr. Addy is saying, I hope you remember me. I remember everyone who came to these streams, and believe me, it is devastating when no one shows up and you switch to a different time. So we've switched the timings now to Saturdays and Sundays, 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. It is a whole program in itself, but I remember every one of you, and I've missed everyone so much. It was a bunch of things that happened back to back, and somehow we just lost the live streams, and it was horrible. Anyways, we're finally back, and this is about us. For the last 2 weeks, I've been live streaming 8 different live streams, if you count down all of the live streams on Saturdays and Sundays, and I absolutely dreaded no one showing up. So we've got a couple of people in, and this is picking up where we left off, and it's truly incredible. All right, the font size is for, oops, what am I doing? I got too happy too soon. Anyways, this is the 3 links for the navigation, and I just want to get the sizing and everything sorted out before we change the color back to dark mode, especially because the background is also dark, and then it's going to be really hard to tell the width, whether the links are taking up the central line in the navigation bar or whether they're just inside of the frame container. It's going to be difficult to differentiate otherwise. So we've just grouped them together and also add an auto layout just to make sure everything is perfectly spaced apart. And obviously now we're going to center everything, so just click on this button, click on this button. The good thing with this navigation bar is it's just going to stay in the center. By the way, if you guys have already seen me before, if you have been a part of this channel for a really long time, could you guys just say hi in the chat, because Mr. Addy said hi and a couple of other people are also watching. Mr. Addy asks, I hope you achieved your target watch time on YouTube for monetization. Honestly, it doesn't even matter to me at this point. I mean, the way things have been going, it doesn't matter to me. The main reason being is because YouTube as the only option for making money is something you can do, but I think almost everyone who does YouTube for educational purposes, especially one of these purposes, in my experience, there is a second effect involved within YouTube. So when you do YouTube, something better is in the making, where you're designing, where you're making for yourself a whole community, where you're making something greater, something of a moment and movement. And so I think this is a really small goal in itself to think about, but yes, we have been doing pretty well on this channel. I feel like everyone was busy the last couple of days, and it's just so incredibly awesome to have the people who've been the OG watchers of the channel back again, and we're finally fixing things up. So we've been posting every single day we're going to be posting every single day a proper video, and that's going to go on for a whole month. Right now this is 2 days in, and obviously we can't post a video on Saturdays, Sundays, because these live streams go on. This is truly incredible what we're building with this channel. I am so happy with the way things are going. Alright, so this is now our main navigation bar. Nothing complicated happens as of yet, and this is just very, very simple stuff happening. We just have the title of the brand, the main button, and also these navigation links. You can just press shift and then select a bunch of these at the same time, group them together, make sure everything is aligned in the center, add an auto layout if you need to. This is just going to make sure things are spaced apart perfectly, everything looks well. Nothing complicated. How did I make this button? Let's just talk about this button for a moment, because I just completely got sidetracked. You just put some text and say shop the collection. I just want to talk about how we built this button out. So you're just going to take some text, right click, frame the selection, add a layout, make sure to increase the padding on left and right, and then top and bottom. It doesn't matter as long as it looks like something of a button. And then you're going to obviously change the color. This is the purple that we're using, and obviously change the color of the text as well. And now we're going to add a very simple border radius, and this is completely optional. So you have to basically give it a huge number so that it's completely rounded off if you're making a pill shaped button. Otherwise it doesn't matter, you can have a partially rounded off button as well, so it would look a little bit like this. And this is for the more cutesy fun UIs that people make, and the removal of of border radiuses gives you a very edgy layout. Again, super duper cool. Mr. Addy says it's super duper cool. It is completely super cool. Anyways, now we're going to build out the color scheme for this UI. So the purple is obviously on point, we don't need to worry about that. The color for the background of this is going to be black, which is not 000 black, 101010 black. And the white is, obviously we're going to switch out the black and white, so this black is going to be white now, and the white is going to be the different shade of black that we're using now. And this is it for our navigation bar. Make sure to switch this color out to white, because it's going to be a little bit confusing, but it's just very, very simple to figure out. Alright, And now we're building out the next part of the hero section, which is my favorite. Let's just build this part out. Since the last time we've been on these streams, I've recently discovered a really cool plugin which I'm using all the time. Is just all the time. It's called Lumi. It's a super cool plugin by Pablo Stanley and the team behind Musho and all of those other fancy things that we've been seeing for a really long time, and it's super duper awesome. It lets you have a lot of the stock images that you wouldn't usually have, so it's primarily AI dependent, and also you have images that haven't been used across the internet before. So most images on Unsplash and Pexels, you can find them across other designers' designs as well. You can find them heavily used across the internet as well. This has been a new addition that we've recently had, and I'm super duper happy with it. We'll talk about it today. All right, so we have these two rectangles with us. We're just going to right click on them. Make sure to press shift and select them both, then right click, and then we're going to flip them vertically, and this is going to give us this shape. This is very simple stuff. And now we have this weird grid with us. Make sure to group it all together. You can obviously round it off completely, give it a complete border radius of the highest degree, and that's just going to give you these pill like ellipses. If you're not happy with the way it looks, you can obviously squish this whole thing together, and it's hopefully going to be more circular. And this is the first part of building this out, and then we're going to tune out each single edge. Mr. Addy asks, can you also make a tutorial on website design? It's really mean to me. The second last video that we've done on this channel is about this web design, just proper web design, and I feel like this is web design. What do you want with web design? If you could just clarify that would be great. Anyways, the first thing we need to make sure is the border radius here and the border radius here are particularly edgy for these edges. So just double click right here and make sure to just select this corner, remove this border radius, change this 154 to 0, and then that's it. And we're going to follow a similar pattern over here. Double click, select this guy, change this to 0, and then that's it. And with that, we have our primary hero section big art with us ready. Alright, so this is the group that we're going to be playing with before, so that we build out this awesome section. Obviously we need to have the background colors that we're using, but also we need to have these people's images. So I just want to sort out the background colors first, and then we can go to the images of the people. Alright, so the very first thing we're going to add is this green. This is 16F0E5. This is the shade of cyan or dark green that we're using. The yellow that we're using is actually a play on yellow and orange mix, FFC107, and the purple that we're using is obviously one we've used before. So this purple is 5700D1, and the pink that we're using finally is this shade, which is FF007B. Mr. Addy says, this is the landing page and I'd love to design a website design. That's interesting. I think we should do that. I think we haven't really covered that on this channel yet. That's really interesting. There are many websites which are one-paged, and I believe landing page would be that. But that would be incredibly interesting. I think we did a stream on a complete website design. It was productivity SaaS, but that was a SaaS. We'll do a web design for sure, 100%. Either this week or next week, we will have it on one of the live streams. So on Saturdays and Sundays, I come live at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. And I believe in the next week, Saturdays and Sundays, we'll probably cover that up because we have to. If we don't pick it up in the live streams, that would make for a good video idea as well. Anyways, now we need to add a couple of images in here. So we're just going to go down here and search for plugins right here. We're going to search for Lumi. This is my favorite new plugin that I've been using, and I'm so obsessed with it because you don't get to see these categories, and also there are a couple of really cool tools and effects that I'll probably make a video on in the 30 days designer breakthrough challenge. So we're just going to search for person right now. Let's just search for all of these different people. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to tools and effects and click on remove the background. And with that, we don't have to go to photo room, we don't have to go to any place to remove our backgrounds. We have images without backgrounds, and then just get any image you want. It doesn't matter at this point. Very, very simple stuff. Just get any image you want. Shihab asks, are you working anywhere or freelancing? I'm glad you asked. I have my own web agency at devfast.com, DEVFASTTT, devfast.com, where we design websites, apps, games of all sorts. Anything that can be made on the internet, we make it, and it's completely awesome. And I feel like you could play around with this image to a large degree. Just make sure to change this fill to crop, and then you can play around with this image as much as you want to have something that truly looks incredible. This looks good. Let's just put this right here. The next thing we're going to add is another image. Let's just get a couple of images in. It doesn't matter which. We just need to have a couple of images. Alright, this is very, very simple stuff now. Let's just add a couple of images. Give them the time to load. It does take a little while, but the end result is so worth it. Hold on. Why are you not loading? I feel like this is going to be a little while. And with that, we're going to face our biggest challenge for the day, which is just that this image is flipped, because we just took these rectangles and then we flipped them over here, which is why the internal contents are flipped as well. So we're going to have to fix that. Let's just wait for the Lumi plugin to stop generating our images, and then we can think about flipping these images back over again. And I'm back. So we have two flipped images. One Lumi plugin which seems to have hung over my computer and it's just not working now. Let's just close this up and fix it. Let's just get Lumi back in again. And now we're going to get our person image for the fourth time. So again, just go to tools and effects, click on remove background, and that's just going to be it. This is going to generate an image for you. While this is working, we're also going to make sure these images are flipped back again. So we're just going to flip them vertically. Make sure to click on flip vertical for each individual image, and that's just going to sort this problem out. This does take a little while, and it has been hanging my 16 GB computer, and it's truly horrible, but what can you do? Alright, my biggest concern here is that when we were flipping this image, this edge got flipped over as well. So we're just going to change this to a really high number. Let's bring this up to 154. That was the number we were working with previously, I believe. And we're going to go over to the top, select the first corner, and make sure this is set to 0. Done. Alright, and now just go over here to this image, right click and flip horizontal. Nope, not horizontal, flip vertical. And with that, we have our images with us. Now you might notice that these are looking a little bit more oversized than we need them to look. So we're just going to go to one of these images and change their fill to crop. And now we're going to move this image around, or you can go to one of these edges, make it smaller, make it fit. If you guys have any questions related to UI UX design, do not hesitate, leave them in the chat. It would be so incredibly awesome. This looks cute. Alright, and then we're going to do this a couple other times just to get these things filled out. Just change this to crop, make it smaller. Doesn't matter what it looks like, it just has to look like something. Alright, with that we have our hero section replicated, and you would notice here that these are almost similar images. It doesn't matter if you're using the exact image or not. Looks similar enough, good enough for me. Unleash your potential with every step. Let's just type this out. Unleash your potential with every step. If you guys have seen the video we did yesterday, it was on the 3 UI design tips that you cannot miss, and let me tell you, you cannot miss it. It is a completely original concept of things that have been in my mind for a really long time, that I've sort of figured out on my own personal experience, and it's like a 1-minute video. Like, it's literally 60 seconds long, so you should not miss it, especially because of brightest 3 tips of my own career that it has. Like, you shouldn't miss a 1 minute video for that much value. All right, so we're just going to get some content, text content here. I don't want to type it out, it will take way too long and it's just going to be incredibly hard. So I'm just going to zoom in, copy some text, and we're going to go back, right click, and paste it in here to match our style. Once we've done that, let's just bring this up here, put this right here, and you know what, let's just reduce the font size. Very, very simple stuff. We're going to make this smaller, put this right here, and obviously we're going to change the color to a gray shade, so this lightens the load on the eyes regarding the dark shade that we've been using. We're going to make this thinner, make this smaller in size, put this right here, and you can obviously play around with the thickness of the font. I like medium, this looks good enough for me, and I'm not going to play around with it by a whole lot. You can obviously resize the text to whatever space you think looks good for you. And now we're going to add our button, so we're just going to go to the top, copy our button. Very, very simple stuff. Speaking of the stuff that we've been building out, would you guys like to see other designers in the field of UI UX design who've done really, really great, awesome jobs for themselves, and would you like to see us talk about their journeys and how to figure things out, especially if you're just starting out in UI UX design? Just type Y in the chat, I'll take that as a yes. And while we're doing the 30-day design breakthrough, I might have a couple of guest designers on here if the people are interested. That would be awesome. The one thing that bothers us a little bit with this title is the spacing it is taking over here. So to adjust that, we're going to go right here and make sure to decrease the line height, and this is going to make sure everything looks really, really nice. Just make sure everything is perfectly aligned with each other. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to align with each other. Alignment will save you so much trouble in terms of not knowing things, in terms of not knowing how to figure things out. If you're just aligned, that's good enough for a lot of really messed up important parts. All right, so we've figured this out. Now the next thing we're building out obviously is our next section, and I feel like this approach is fine, but we're just going to get rid of the screenshot now because we don't need it anymore. We're going to make this bigger, and now we're going to start with our second section. The next section we're building out is this one. It's about the things that we've been featured in. So let's just build out a simple frame. Very, very simple stuff. Put this right here. Change the fill to the purple that we've been using. You can use all of the colors on this page from right here. This is perfect for your own color palette. And obviously we're going to have the image of all of these brand logos. You can find all of these logos in our Discord group. Make sure to join the Discord group, link in the live chat and description. So you're just going to find this as a simple PNG, copy it, paste it back here. Perfect. You don't have to resize it. You don't have to worry about a ton of things to sort and to figure out. You just have to paste it right there. Make sure the text says as featured in, and then that's it. All right, let's just put this right here. Make sure to increase the font size to 24 and obviously align this perfectly in the center. We're going to shift this down, shift this a little bit further as well, put this right here, and now we're just going to increase the space here. Really quick poll in the chat, you guys. Would you guys like to see a couple of other really awesome designers who I've looked up to for a really long time, who've made it in UI UX design specifically, who are on really at the top of their career? Would you like to see them talk about a little bit on the UI design, UX design, professional front? If you would, especially in the 30 days of UI design challenge which we're doing, where we're just putting out videos every day, just type yes in the chat and I'll just take that as a quick poll, because this is going to be alright, this is going to be, I got sidetracked. This is going to be the next section which we're building out. This, now you'll notice, is really similar to this. So we just have to copy this, paste it, make sure everything is changed. You change every alignment from left to right, and then just change the color of this button back to purple. So we're just going to take these 3 elements, group them together, copy and paste them once again, and now we're just going to bring them right here. Make sure to right align every single thing. feel like we should have made sure the width was same. And now we're going to right line everything. This looks good. And we're going to shift this back. You know what, let's just go to the group, add an auto layout, and make sure everything is aligned perfectly to the right. Done. I'm just going to pop out of the auto layout for a little bit because I feel like the spacing here needs to be uneven just so it looks okay to the eyes. Done. And now that we've taken care of this, we're just going to get this, let's just get this group selected. I feel like we got rid of the group altogether. I just needed to get rid of the auto layout. We're just going to place this right here. Again, if you guys want to see other awesome designers as well, just type yes in the chat. We'll talk about a couple of really cool things that you only learn from experience in UI UX design. Let's build out a simple rectangle, and we're just going to do this same exact thing we've done again. Again, this is going to be the bigger rectangle. This is going to be the smaller rectangle. Make this a little bit smaller, just enough so that it aligns perfectly. Aniket says yes. I've now started counting. So this is 1. And I was already really I was already leaning towards inviting a couple of people here, and it would be awesome to, like, if you guys wanted to see that as well. And we're just going to make this and this edge edgier once again. So we're just going to go right here. First of all, we have to make sure this is perfectly aligned, so make sure everything is perfectly rounded off. Squish it together if you need to. Just do it with your eyes. It doesn't have to be perfectly measured because this is just really simple stuff. Select one of these. Make sure to remove the border radius here. Change it to 0. Select this rectangle and just change this to 0 once again. Done. And now we have these 2 weird circles with one side weirdly edged out, and we're going to just do what we've been doing. So let's just change this to the green that we've been using, and obviously change this to the, I feel like it was yellow. Was it yellow? No, it was pink. You know what, let's just should we go with this color scheme? I'm thinking about it. I've considered it. No, we won't. This looks really out of balance. Alright, now we're just going to get 2 other images inside. Again, Aniket has already said yes. If any of you guys want to see other awesome designers, just type yes in the chat. We'll basically have a sort of advice session where they can answer any questions you've been having, and all of these aspects of professional UI UX design that we don't often cover on this channel. It would be nice to cover a lot of things there as well. We're going to get a couple of images in here. Very simple stuff. Let's just let this load up. Lumi is a little bit slow, but the end results are just so completely awesome. It's really difficult. Shihab asks, how do you hire designers? Like, what do you want in them? I recently learned web design to make my own UI goods. Any tips? Hiring is for my own brand. I feel like we're not currently hiring, but when we did, it was through a couple of people who I already knew from before. A couple of people were just really awesome designers that, and this is one of the reasons we're building out this design community, as well as why I love design communities so much. You can find really awesome designers in design communities as a whole. I'm not looking for someone right now, but even if you are looking for your very first job, even if you are looking for your very first opportunity, we are running the 30 days absolute designer breakthrough challenge. It is currently happening. So every single day, other than weekends, of course, where we have these live streams, we have one single video release on this channel, and they might seem like random concepts, but they are the absolute, like, we got together as a team and we talked about with my other designers as well, the things that people miss as beginners in UI design, just concepts that you just not think about, and then you learn later on, you make mistakes, and just stuff that we figured out over the years. So we've released 2 episodes. The first one is the complete perfect UI design project which you need to have in your portfolio, and the second one is 3 tips in 1 minute, the absolute story of the awesome most UI design effects you can have. Make sure to not miss that stuff. Make sure to join us live every Saturday, Sunday, where we have 4 different live streams a day. I feel like we're doing everything possible in my eyes on this channel to be able to land yourself a better job, and we're thinking of getting a couple of guest speakers here as well. So as far as learning and getting into the professional field side of things is concerned, as long as you're practicing enough, as long as you're very involved in a community, we have our Discord group, we have this channel, and there are a couple of really cool people as well who I look up to so much. As long as you're active enough and you're practicing enough inside of this certain field, it's not that as difficult as it seems. So you will be able to get in a position if you're good enough with that. I feel like having a good portfolio is really important though. So just make sure to keep on designing, keep on practicing, even if it's from somewhere else. Wherever you do, just have that repetitive practice going on. I'm not even sure if I'm making much sense in being articulate as I design and speak, but again, the primary one word answer would be practice. The second word answer would be 30-day design breakthrough we're doing right now, especially because having your own good portfolio, polishing it is really important. And every single month on our Discord group, we also run the launch your own portfolio masterclass for UI UX designers, which is without getting into the dirty aspects of coding a site. You have your own portfolio website up and running, you have your portfolio projects, and this happens in like 3 hours. The most awesome series ever. It's a simple 3 hour community session that we do, and it's the best thing ever. It has a very really small price, and then this awesome portfolio that you get by the end of 33 hours, which you've built out on yourself. It's the best thing ever. So just join the Discord group. The next time we have the launch your own portfolio masterclass happening, I'll let you know. It's this channel is the perfect place if you're trying to figure out how do you get to your first job, how do you get to a good enough portfolio. And I'll just keep on recommending all of these different links which are stuck in my head, but at the end of the day, practice is key. Finding good resources for yourself is always helpful. Alright, I just copied this image, right click, and let's just flip it on the other side. Or if you don't want to flip it, just go ahead, double click, make sure to click on one of these, change this to say 154. I feel like it was 174 for this one, so I'm just going to change it to that. Double click once again, change the border radius here to 0, and now it's edged out on the other side. And we're going to go back to Lumi, very simple stuff, and search for people. Get another person in here, make sure to go to tools and effects, remove background. Let's get another person in here. It doesn't matter who, as long as there is a person in here. This is a very marketing people first sort of brand, and I feel like these people with the edgy effect that we've been doing does really good justice to that. Alright, let's just crop this out, put this right here. Again, very simple stuff. You could change these images, obviously. You know what, I want to change this image because this just feels critically overused now. Nope. Let's change this to say person, but I want to search for tech related images. Let's just remove all backgrounds, change lighting to dark, and hopefully that'll give us some good effects. You know what, let's not worry about it for now. Let's keep our options open with the backgrounds as well. And it's going to take a little while before you find your perfect image, but the end result is so worth it. Alright, we're just going to get for ourselves this next image in here, change the fill to crop, and then just put this image in the center, make it a little bit bigger. I don't think we need to worry about the background color, especially with the image that we've been using. We'll let it stay as it is. You know what, we could also have a white background, that would be great as well. Just go right here to the suggestions, and with your AI beta in Figma currently, you can remove image backgrounds as well. This is another awesome effect. we're back. So now you have an image without its background. It might feel like not a lot is happening here, but as soon as you change the background color to white, you will see that the background has been removed. And the pink that we were seeing was from the background of this image, especially because we had duplicated it first. Let's go to this image without the background. Make sure to increase the size of this image in itself. And you're probably not able to see where the borders of this image lie. And I feel like we need to do something about that. Let's just, you know what, I'm just going to change this color to something else. I don't know why we're not able to adjust the size, but I feel like this is good enough, even if this stays the way it is. All right, and with that we're going to type out stay ahead of the game. And again, this is very, very similar to what we've already built out: title, description, and main call to action button. So we're just going to duplicate that once again. We're going to go up to the top, copy and paste it once again, bring it down here very, very simply. We're just going to put this in here. And again, this is again about changing your alignment. Just change the alignment of everything. Don't worry if it doesn't look perfect. It doesn't need to. And if you aren't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, because I come here live every Saturday and Sunday when we talk about UI UX design and we build out something incredible, and we do it 4 times every Saturday and Sunday: 11 a.m, 2 p.m, 5 p.m, 8 p.m. So just join me on any of these streams. It's completely incredible. Let's copy some text and paste it to match style. Copy some more text, match the style some more. Make sure to match your styles, otherwise it's just going to be really hard to get the things to look good together, make good sense. Make sure to align everything in the center. Just everything should be perfectly aligned. Bring this right here, and obviously we're going to do that once again. If you guys aren't subscribed, what are you doing? I come here live every single Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m, 2 p.m, 5 and 8 p.m. Truly incredible. We build out 8 UI designs within like a weekend, which means you can basically have a complete full portfolio within a weekend. So just make sure to subscribe, join us in these live streams. We are currently on the 30-day design breakthrough challenge, where we post a video every single day on this channel, and you can find the most advanced expert level UI UX design tips in the seemingly random videos that we've posted. It's just perfect if you're just starting out. The next stream we're building out is, surprise, surprise, the testimonial section. If you guys have any questions at all related to UI UX design, just post them in the chat. I've been here for a while, and it's always nice to be able to answer your questions. Let's change the color to green, which we've been using, and type this out here as well. Again, if you guys didn't miss the question, if you guys want to see other experts in UI UX design who are just at the top of their fields, who really made it to a great point, talk about how to make it, especially if you're starting out in the professional side of things, we'd have a couple of sessions later on during the month. Just type yes in the chat, and it that would indicate to me you want to listen from the other awesome people. And I feel like as I'm saying that, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's increase the font size to 64, because why not? And obviously change the drop shadow, shift this above. This looks good enough, just so it stands out on the light background. And drop shadows are such a great way to have the text be completely visible, even though the contrast might not be the greatest on your UIs. This is the best technique ever. And now we're building out these cards. So let's just simply go right here, create a frame, add a fill, very, very simple stuff. Add the black which we've been using. By the way, we're only using the black which is 101010. So if any of these blacks is 0000, I just want to get rid of it. Clean. And now we're just going to build out the card that we're building out. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. I come here live every Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m, 2 p.m, 5 p.m, 8 p.m. Completely awesome stuff. We build out 8 different UIs within a weekend, which means you can fill and refresh your portfolio every weekend. It's the most incredible thing, especially if you're just starting out. And also we have a really huge collection of awesome UIs which we've already built on the live stream section of this channel. Do not miss them at all. it would be incredible. Let's now make sure the border radius for all of these is set to a really high number. Let's do 154, and then we're going to double click and select one of these corners, change them to 0. That's going to give us the distinctive edge which we've been working with for this UI. Make sure to adjust the width and height of the frame rectangle if you need to. And now we're going to add our image. This looks good. You can change the size according to whatever it is you want. And now we're going to add John Doe Professional Athlete Team X. Very, very simple stuff. What else would you guys like to see me design? Just type out in the chat and we'll take suggestions from the chat in the future. Let's reduce the font size to 24. Obviously add the description of who this person is. Let's say Professional Athlete Team X. If you guys have any questions related to UI UX design, do not be afraid to leave them in the chat. I'd be happy to answer anything at all. And let's reduce the font size obviously to 14. Make sure everything is perfectly aligned in the center. Change the width to regular and obviously change this to gray. Let's use the same shade of gray which we used in one of the other sections as well. I don't think that was the gray which we were using. This gray seems to be the image gray which we've already used. This looks good. Reduce the font size to 18. You know what? Let's increase this to 20. Align it perfectly in the center. And also we're going to add this description. Just copy and paste it once again. And we're going to add a little bit of a description. Just you can pause the video and type this out if you want to. This is just very, very simple text. I'm not going to type it out. I'm just going to paste it here and match the style. And then we're going to style it together. We're going to reduce the width. Make sure text is aligned to center. Font color has to be white. Font size is going to be 12. Just to get things perfectly aligned, nice and easy inside of our frame. And also we're going to add 5 different stars. So you know what, this card seems to be a little too small. Let's fix that. Make sure everything is perfectly aligned in the center. If it isn't, do it with your own 2 hands. And make sure the image is also aligned perfectly in the center. Make it a little bit bigger if you need to. And if you guys have any questions related to UI UX design, do not be afraid to leave them in the chat. I come here live every single Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 and 8 p.m. and we talk about all sorts of UI design, build awesome stuff out together, 8 different projects every single weekend. The best UI design crash course you'll ever go through, believe me. And obviously we're going to go back to our plugins, search for Lumi. If you don't already have Lumi saved, you're going to search in the search bar LUMMI, and we're also going to search for an athlete because apparently that's what we want. Let's get an athlete's image in here, and you know what, let's get rid of the backgrounds. You can either remove the backgrounds from right here and just click on one of these images and that's going to remove the background for you. I'm just going to wait for this image to load because it does take a really long time to load, and then we're going to open up our second and my most favorite plugin in the world, Iconify, from where you can get all sorts of fancy icons. Why are you not running Lumi? This is horrible. I feel like it just hung up on me. I just have to restart Figma again. This laptop is getting super duper slow and it slows down all the time. Incredible. Again, I feel like this website is truly awesome in terms of its looks and in terms of the way it's building out. I just love it. The next thing that we were doing obviously is adding an image. Let's go back to this image, switch out these colors because I feel like we made the thickness here too much. 2 pixels is fine. Going to go back to Lumi now in the plugins section. Let's just get Lumi back in here again. Put the image of an athlete in the center. Make sure to go to tools and effects, remove the background. Let's just go to athlete. If you guys have any questions related to UI UX design, do leave them in the chat. Tools and effects, remove background, add an image. And I feel like removing backgrounds, adding your own background color is something awesome you can do. It's a different take on UIs, gives your UI a completely different feel, and it's one of those trends which I'm just embracing completely now. Let's go right here, change this to crop, and put this image in the center. And also we're going to add 5 different stars because this is our brand and we are being very, very optimistic with the results. Let's shift this above. If you guys type a number between 1 and 5, I'll take your star rating from the comments and put that as the star rating John Doe gives this brand marketing agency. Type a number between 1 and 5 really quickly, because why would you not? Just type a number out and that'll be the star rating for this guy. Meanwhile, let's search for a good star. This looks nice. Let's just bring this out here. Let's make sure to reduce the star's size. So we're just going to go right here. One of the comments says TH I'm hoping that's 3 because it has 3 E's and it spells like 3. I'm sincerely hoping that's 3. Otherwise, I'll have to give it a star rating of 3. Let's give it a 3-star rating because the comments say 3. Let's copy and paste this again and do it once again. Group it together. Make sure the layout has a nice amount of size between itself, and with that we have this ready for us. All right, really quickly you guys, we're going to duplicate this twice again. So if you could type out the star rating, we'll just put that any number from 1 to 5. It would be awesome. Let's just go right here. Make sure to reduce this stroke to 1. Just copy and paste it once again. What star rating should this next review state? Just really quickly type it out. And now we're just going to get the name and the image and the boring stuff, blah blah blah. Speaking of the names and the boring elements, I recently discovered this new plugin which lets you change the name of the people who you have for your testimonials, your random data, and I'll just talk about it today because it is incredible. Let's let Lumi load up once again, and this is going to be the bane of our existence because Lumi loads up really, really slow. Let's get any of these images inside because it's going to take a really long time. And Lumi has a new feature for only Christmas related images, which would be awesome to test out if we built out a Christmas related UI. Should we build out a Christmas related UI in the future? Just type C in the chat and I'll take that as a yes on the Christmas UI. Just type out C in the chat. The next thing we're doing is obviously getting a couple of images in here, and any image is fine as long as it's an image. If you guys type a number between 1 and 5, I'm going to take that as the star rating for this next review. So just type out the number really, really quickly. The last one we got in the comments was 3 from Ramesh, and it was, I hope it was 3. Let's change the color for this as well. Double click, change this to, let's do 154 because why the hell not? And obviously change this to 0. Gaurav says C. We'll do a Christmas related UI really, really soon. Why not? Sure. Should we go live on Christmas? Because why not? And then we'll do something related to Christmas in here as well. Should we go live on Christmas? Just type yes in the chat and we can plan something Christmas related, especially on this channel, because what better way to celebrate Christmas than with an incredible UI design. We're going to change the color and obviously change 4.4. Gaurav says 4.4. How? All right, fine. You know what? That's what the audience says. That's what I have to do apparently. Let's try to figure out the 4.4, and I'm worried about the 0.4 more than I'm worried about the first 4. So let's just, so this is 4, and then we have to figure out a fraction, which I'm okay with the challenge. Let's try this out. We're just going to double click on this, go to the pen tool, and I feel like this is a good place to say this is 40%. Let's just click on this and this, change the vector by removing the color, and now that we have the closed shape with these points connected to each other sort of, we're going to get a 40% filled out star. Done. Gaurav says yes, Merry Christmas to you. Why not? You know what, we will go live on Christmas and we'll talk about all things Christmas and build out a Christmas related UI. We'll do something related to Christmas because I have not many other things planned that day, and why not? Let's now change these names, and I'm going to talk about a recently new plugin that I discovered, which is called Content Reel. And the reason it's so awesome is because you can fill out these fake names, just any name that you want to fill out. Just make sure everything is perfectly aligned. You can also fill out professional. Let's get a professional something in here. Let's just get one of these. You know what, that doesn't matter for now. Let's just change out these names. Jenny Wilson. Done. Type out another number and we'll change that to be the star rating really quickly, you guys. It is so awesome to be back here doing these live streams, and we are live here every Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m, 2 p.m, 5 p.m, and 8 p.m, Indian Standard Time only. Do not miss it. Let's change this image because the same exact character is starting to get on my nerves now. Let's change it up. Go to the tools and effects. Why are you not working? Why? Remove backgrounds. Add this image in here. We're going to give this a couple of moments to load, and then I'm going to close it up. Done. Go over here, change this fill to crop, shift this out here, put this in here, and with that we are done. Let's now change these reviews up. Why are you so slow? Why? Please work. This is the slowest thing ever. If you guys want to see other UI designers on this channel talk about their journeys professionally and how to figure things out, if you're just starting out, I know a couple of really cool people who it would be incredible to have them on the channel, and I'm only going to send out an email to them if you guys want. So just type yes in the chat and we'll invite a couple of really cool designers really soon. Let's just change out these descriptions. Just type yes in the chat and we'll get a couple of really cool guest designers to talk about their journeys on the channel. It's going to be awesome. We're going to take questions from your side, and it's going to be incredible. And obviously most of the topics that we'll talk about are topics from the channel. Some of them might be my own personal fangirl moments. Anyways, let's go back here. Type out a really weird 1 to 5 number in the chat, and I'll make that the star rating for this next review. And while that's happening, you know what, 3 looks fine, and unless someone states a number, we'll just go with 3. And the next thing we're going doing is obviously the footer. This is incredible because this footer is really simple, really modern, something that I've wanted to build out for a while now. Just a footer with a ton of padding on the top and bottom, left and right. If you guys want to see the design reviews for award sites come back, I'll do those as well. Just type A for awards and we'll have the award sites reviewed on this channel, because that used to be an incredible segment we did as well, but I feel like it got lost somewhere. Let's change the footer. Let's type out this which says copyright 2024 athleticgear.co, all rights reserved. Recently, as I find myself building sites, you guys, I can't bring my hands to type out copyright 2024 because within like 9 or 10 days, 2024 is going to be changed to like 2025, and we're going to have to change every single copyright notice in every single site I handle and manage to 2025, and it's going to hurt so much. I'm going to change this to 2025, even though we're currently at 21st December, because I'm already dreading the cycle of changing the year in all the footers of all the sites, every single place, and it's going to be very painful. Gaurav says that would be an excellent opportunity. You should definitely pursue the collaboration. It promises to be an incredibly informative and engaging stream. That's really, really nice. I was thinking of doing it in like a video format and getting questions from you guys beforehand. We'll collect questions on both the Discord group, which is link in the live chat and description, and also the community tab. So just if you guys have any questions, just send them over in the Discord group. Send them over right here as well. I'll collect questions from absolutely everywhere, because we're finally getting to a place where I would love to have other designers here talk about other different things that they're just really great at, and it would be nice to have a couple of people in here talking about stuff. Let's reduce the font size to 16. Looks good. Looks really, really good. And with that, we have reached to the absolute last part of the stream: privacy policy and terms of service. Let's just copy it, paste it on the other sides. And if you guys have any questions related to UI UX design, anything at all, anything you'd want to talk about, just put them in the chat really, really quickly. We'll take the last couple of questions, suggestions, anything at all from the comments, and then you're going to find me at 2 p.m. Indian Standard Time talking about this stuff once again. Let's obviously add an auto layout, and now we're going to group them to get these together. This is a group and then this is separate. Control G to group them all together. Add an auto layout. Make sure to space them apart. Alright, even though these are like the last 10 days of the year, I am now typing out copyright 2025 because it hurts my heart that I'll have to change all the copyright notices on every single site in like 10 days. I'm dreading it completely. Check this out, you guys. Let's just close all of the other windows, start presenting what we've built, and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. It looks like a really, really nice marketing site. It's so beautiful. It's so pretty, and I'll fangirl over it for the next 30 minutes straight on stream if we have nothing better to do. This looks really, really pretty. I'm really proud of the way it looks. Check it out. Super duper awesome. This is the UI we've built. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. It is so awesome. The complete works. The most beautiful hero section. We did a modern play on border radiuses. The color palette here is so extremely incredible. We talked about removing images from backgrounds, getting these super cool stock images, just the works. We learned so much in here, and it's truly the most incredible stream I've done in a really long time. Thank you to everyone who joined us, everyone from the previous streams which we did back in August, September, October. It's so nice to have you guys around. I will see you at 2 p.m., which is like an hour or two, really, really quickly. I'll see you around. Keep on designing, have fun, and goodbye.